Bleach is back. Bleach is back. The last Bleach game came out in 2011, I want to say, which was Soul Resurrection for the PS3. It's like a Dynasty Warriors style game. It was good. And then Bleach disappeared. The anime kind of went on hiatus. We lost all of our Bleach content apart from Brave Souls for the mobile, which is still good. But now the anime's back. Bleach is massive again, and there's merch everywhere, and finally there's a brand new console game. Bleach Rebirth of Souls came out at time of recording a few days ago on Friday. I played all weekend. I think I put in 15 hours already, so kind of a spoiler, but if you're here to have the question answered, will I like Rebirth of Souls? Is it worth getting? Yes, if you like Bleach. Yes, if you like fighting games. It's that simple. But I'm going to go a little bit more in depth as to how I feel about the gameplay, the mechanics, the presentation, all that good stuff. One caveat, I'm playing on the PS5. I've heard the PC version is big doo-doo, it doesn't work. Apparently there's issues with the online. I don't know if that's just PC or PS5. I don't have PS Plus because what a waste of money. No, I'm not giving Sony money for the privilege of using online services that will one day be shut down. But that's another video. So, Rebirth of Souls.
So the first thing I want to bring up is just how much passion seems to be behind this thing. It is kind of mad. So first things first, they're retelling the first 200 and something episodes of the show, or hundreds of manga chapters. It's all the way up till the end of the Urankar arc when Aizen's beaten. Spoilers if you haven't seen Bleach. They have gone out of their way to include every little detail you can imagine. So, for example, Aizen can use Kyoka Suigetsu as one of his abilities, his complete hypnosis. If you use it when an opponent is using one of their special moves, you can basically negate it and say, oh, shatter, Kyoka Suigetsu, and then they don't do anything.
Shatter, Kyoka Suigetsu. For how long now have you been under the illusion that I wasn't using Kyoka Suigetsu?
It doesn't work on Ichigo, which is obviously canon to the lore. He never saw the ritual to unleash it, so he can't be affected by it. Cool. Xyloporo has an ability where he kind of turns people into little voodoo dolls and then takes the organs out of the voodoo doll and crushes them to hurt the person. Every character has a little voodoo doll modelled of them for if Xyloporo uses his special move on them. I played as Ukiura in the 5th tower, and when I went to use my special move, it immediately cut to him breaking out of the tower and going above the canopy of Las Noches, because obviously Ukiura isn't allowed to unleash his resurrection in Las Noches. This is so cool. Suifone, she has a ability where she can use her Suzumabachi to double tap someone, and if she hits them both, well, there you're dead. Just really, really, really cool. So they have, in fact, adapted, as I said, the first, I guess, 3 arcs of the show. It's a lot of stuff. Now, at first I thought it would just be, oh, we'll have a few battles, and in between the battles there might be a couple of cutscenes, or like the anime game style slideshows. You're getting like My Hero One's Justice, where it's just stills from the anime. No, they have modelled so many other characters, even ones that aren't playable, also they can retell the entirety of the story. I am deadly serious. Most of the storyline in this game is just cutscenes remaking the show. And that's not even that much of a bad thing, because you still have all your action and stuff, but they didn't need to do this. And sometimes, I have to say, it does look kind of jank. The models can be a bit limited and the animations can be a bit limited. But they still went for it, which is kind of cool. And some of those anime game slideshows are there, but rather than being stills from the anime, they are brand new illustrations that look really well done, that are only presented in the form of flashbacks. So if a character's remembering something, they'll use these illustrations, and they're all brand new artwork. But those animations, yeah, they can be a bit funky. There's one bit I remember where in the first arc, Uryu is firing his bow at loads of different hollows after he used the hollow bait to get them to swarm. But they didn't put the hollows in. I don't know why, because they use the generic hollow enemies from the start of the game later on in that storyline to just be the swarm of hollows. He's just kind of shooting his bow at nothing. It does look jank. It looks really jank. But other times, it looks incredible. It is heavily censored, though. The weird Fanta blood, I don't know what this is about, and a lot of the lines have been kind of changed. I think the voice direction's a bit poor in places where they have the actors mispronounce some character names or names of, well, just general Bleach terms. These guys know how to pronounce the names. They've been playing these characters for like over 20 years, so that is just poor voice direction. But you cannot deny the passion, like I said. They did not have to do this. There's even filler episodes in this, like the old anime. It sounds like a terrible idea, but it's really not. It's just, they had a whole filler episode in this where the research and development department make an Xbox for Ikaku and Yumichika, because Ikaku's convinced that the only reason Ichigo is such a strong fighter is because they have video games in the world of the living. And so they animate Ikaku playing a video game, just for no reason. It doesn't look great, but they still went out of their way to do it. They didn't even have to include that. They may have overextended themselves in some places, but you know what? It's still cool.
So yeah, some of the cutscenes not really it. But at the end of the day, the fact that it retails basically the first 2/3 of Bleach in its entirety is just a nice little bonus. The fact it's not done perfectly, it is what it is. You're here for the fighting, so what does the fighting look like?
Sorry, but you're not getting past. Get that blade up. We're fighting now.
I'll cut you down.
This is gonna hurt.
What's happening?
Better look carefully. I'll show you the skills of the Flash Master.
How did that happen?
The fighting slaps. It is so satisfying to land these attacks and just beat the crap out of people. The flash step attack, which is your kind of dodge, your teleport, if you time that exactly right when someone attacks you, you appear behind them and there's a little cutscene of like that anime style nothing personnel kid thing. It's so cool. The special moves that you use are so good. So good. And that's one of the unique mechanics about this game. You start with 9 lives. Well, usually 9 lives. It varies depending on what content you're playing. And the way those lives are depleted are by either A, just depleting your health bar completely, or getting the health bar to the red zone and then managing to hit them with one of these super extravagant finishing moves that just drip style and... My God. It does not get old. It really doesn't. Especially when you're sat on the sofa with someone and you hit them with one of those moves, you just look at them and you're like, oh no, you're done. You're done. It's so satisfying. Combine that with the soundtrack, which is incredible. Every character has their own unique theme when they activate their awakening. I'm a particular fan of Yoruichi and Soy Phones. They've got these weird like trance things going on. I was a little overwhelmed at first. There's a lot to take in, and they use a lot of complex terms. I am a big Bleach fan, a Bleach boy, a Bleach glazer. I am Ichigo gang, Ichi gang. But I still... Hagaku Reki... I don't remember what this is. I've watched this anime so many times. I've read it so many times. I don't understand these terms. Just explain it to me like it's a normal fighting game. But as soon as you get past that, it is really simple. It is. And thankfully, yes, as I alluded to, there is couch play, couch multiplayer, which is perfect. Not enough games do that anymore. The online apparently is quite laggy. As I said, I have not played the online. I don't have PS Plus, so that's not really a big deal to me. But if that has not been fixed as of the time of this video going up, that is an issue. I won't lie about that, because people do want to play online. Another really cool mode in this game is the secret story. Every playable character in the game, plus Orihime, has a selection of secret stories, which are little extra missions you can unlock by completing certain objectives in the main story mode. And they give you extra bits of characterization, context and depth to the characters. Some of them are kind of boring, Chad's first one was just, do you remember his abuelo? Remember, he loves his abuelo. His abuelo's the whole reason he does what he does, blah, blah, blah. But other ones, like Rukia's first one, if I remember correctly, is about her wanting to build a relationship with Byakuya and kind of mend that rift after everything that's happened. Well, Byakuya and Renji. It's just a really interesting way of expanding on these characters and giving you, the players, more things to do in the game. And I'm all for this kind of thing. It's just taking that creative liberty. Again, it goes back to that idea of the passion. These guys clearly love Bleach and they clearly care about these characters. And it shows. There's also a mission mode, which is essentially your bog standard arcade mode in fighters. You fight against a random assortment of enemies, and if you complete the gauntlet, you get rewarded with a selection of items. So the one unique thing is that your health carries over from match to match in these. I've only unlocked the second level. I haven't unlocked the final level, so I don't know how hard they get. But what the hell are you unlocking here? Is it worthwhile? Well, you can unlock currency, gold coins, which can be used to buy more items in the Urahara shop. You can also unlock talismans, which are single-use power-ups that you can use in story mode, various other missions, and I believe online mode as well. Soul crystals, which are permanent buffs you can equip to any character that give them a variety of bonuses, and shards to upgrade those crystals, because you can power them up to certain different levels to increase the bonus that they give. I haven't powered up all my crystals all the way, so I don't know how crazy that bonus gets. In the Urahara shop, you can also buy plates and icons, stickers, titles for your player card that will show up when you appear online. It's, you know, this stuff is always in anime games. My time playing the game has been completely bug-free, aside from one instance where, really randomly, my buttons just stopped working. I couldn't press any button on the main menu, so I just had to restart the game, and then I had zero issues whatsoever since then. But apart from that, it's run perfectly, the frame rate's been really consistent and snappy, and I've had no issues whatsoever. Well, I've had one issue. One thing that they cut from the story. One character that they got rid of that, my god, they never ever should have removed. I am livid that they cut this character. Jirobo Windscythe was removed. He was replaced by some generic Soul Reaper man. Jirobo Windscythe, he's the master of all ranged weapons in the Soul Society, and you do him dirty like that? I'm still livid. So hopefully he's one of those 4 DLC characters, or maybe 3 of them could be Jirobo Windscythe. That'd be cool.
But now it's time for a brand new segment, messages from the fans. I've got one right here from Jeremy. Hi Nork, love your videos. I was just wondering, what made you decide to get into YouTube? Great question, Jeremy. I gave up on all of my dreams. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm going to upload semi-frequently to this channel with any luck, if I don't get bored and forget I even have the channel. So in that case, hopefully I will see you in some more videos I put out. If not... See this, huh? Just trying to find a way to show off my my sick, tense as I get you here. Don't mess with me, I have the power of God and anime on my side.